Which one of the following pairs is correctly matched? A. Sandstone, igneous rock. B. Limestone, sedimentary rock. C. Basalt, metamorphic rock. D. Granite, argillaceous rock. The correct answer is limestone, sedimentary rock. A line of true length 500 m when measured by a 20 m tape is reported to be 502 m long. The correct length of the tape is A. 19.92 m, B. 20.08 m, C. 20.80 m, D. 21 m. The correct answer is 20.08 m. Where should splices in the columns be provided? A. At the floor levels. B. At the mid-height of columns. C. At the beam column joints. D. At 1/4 height of columns. The correct answer is at 1/4 height of columns. In a rectangular channel, the depths of flow before and after the hydraulic jump are respectively 0.2 m and 1.2 m. What is the energy loss in the jump? A. 1.042 m, B. 2.084 m, C. 3.126 m, D. 4.168 m. The correct answer is 1.042 m. A three-hinged circular arch ACB is formed by two quadrants of circles AC and BC of radii 2r and r respectively, with C as crown as shown in the figure at side. Consider the following in respect of the reactive forces developed at support A and B due to concentrated load W at the crown. One line of action RA at A is inclined as 45 to the horizontal. 2VAVBW23. HB2HA4. HAHBW2. Which of the above is correct? A1 and 3. B2 and 3. C1, 2 and 4. D4 only. The correct answer is 1 and 3. When two moving bodies collide with each other, their velocity of separation bears a constant ratio to their velocity of approach. This ratio is termed as coefficient of A. Collidity, B. Friction, C. Restitution, D. Permeability. The correct answer is restitution. Consider the following statements in the context of aeolian soils. 1. The soil has low density and low compressibility. 2. The soil is deposited by wind. 3. The soil has large permeability. Of these statements, A1, 2 and 3 are correct. B2 and 3 are correct. C1 and 3 are correct. D1 and 2 are correct. The correct answer is 2 and 3 are correct. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? 1. Standard penetration test, relative density. 2. Vane shear, cohesion. 3. Consolidation test, bearing capacity. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A1, 2 and 3. B1 alone. C1 and 2. D2 and 3. The correct answer is 1 and 2. Neglecting self-weight, which of the following beams will have points of contraflexure? A. A simply supported beam with uniformly distributed load over part of the structure. B. An overhanging beam with loading only over supported span and not on overhangs. C. Fixed beam subjected to concentrated load. D. Cantilever beam subjected to uniformly varying load with zero load at free end. The correct answer is fixed beam subjected to concentrated load. Which one of the following is not essential to derive the formula used in constructing a synthetic unit hydrograph? A. Time to peak. B. Peak flow. C. Interflow. D. Time lease. The correct answer is interflow. In an aerial photogrammetric survey, if the exposure interval is 20 seconds to cover ground distance of 1000 m between exposures, what would be the ground speed of the aircraft? A 90 km/h, B 120 km/h, C 150 km/h, D 180 km/h. The correct answer is 180 km/h. The head over a 90 V notch weir increases from 0.15 m to 0.3 m. The ratio of new discharge to the original discharge is nearly equal to A 5.65, B 1.42, C 4.0, D 2.62. The correct answer is 5.65. Consider the following statements with regard to crack formation and its control. 1. The surface width of the crack should not in general exceed 0.30 mm for structures not subjected to aggressive environment. 2. When depth of web in a beam exceeds 750 mm, side face reinforcement 0.1% of web area should be provided on each face. 3. The nominal spacing of main bars in a slab should not exceed 3 times the effective depth of a solid slab or 300 mm, whichever is smaller. Which of the statements given above are correct? A1 only, B1 and 2, C1 and 3, D2 and 3. The correct answer is 1 and 3. A rigid bar is supported by a spring as shown in the given figure. The deflection of the point B will be A 10 mm upward, B 20 mm downward, C 5 mm upward, D 40 mm downward. The correct answer is 40 mm downward. Undrained strength of a clay soil can be obtained by conducting which of the following tests? 1. UC test 2. Vane shear test 3. Cyclic triaxial test 4. Slow direct shear test. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A1 and 2 only, B2 only, C1 and 4, D1 2 and 3. The correct answer is 1 2 and 3. Which one of the following is the nominal size of standard modular brick? A 25 cm x 13 cm x 8 cm, B 25 cm x 10 cm x 8 cm, C 20 cm x 10 cm x 10 cm, D 20 cm x 15 cm x 10 cm. The correct answer is 20 cm x 15 cm x 10 cm. What is the ratio of rate of backwashing to that of filtration in a typical rapid sand filter? A2, B4, C6, D10. The correct answer is 6. A point in an element is stressed as shown in the given figure. What is the value of normal stress on the oblique plane B? A 200 nmm2, B 175 nmm2, C 150 nmm2, D 100 nmm2. The correct answer is 200 nmm2. A circular sieve of diameter 1 m carries storm water to a depth of 0.75 m. The hydraulic radius is approximately A 0.3 m, B 0.4 m, C 0.5 m, D 0.6 m. The correct answer is 0.3 m. If the staff intercept on a staff located at 100 m from the level for 5 division deviation of the bubble is 0.050 m and if the length of one division of the bubble is 2 mm, then the radius of curvature of the bubble is 0.050 m and if the length of one division of the bubble is 2 mm, then the radius of curvature of the bubble tube is A 2.02 m, B 2.20 m, C 20.00 m, D 20.20 m. The correct answer is 20.00 m. If the magnitude of the resultant of two forces F and 2F acting at a point O is 50 N and the included angle between F and 2F is 90, then what is the magnitude of F? A F 10 N, B F 52 N, C F 25 2 N, D F 10 5 N. The correct answer is F 10 5 N. Consider the following assumptions in the analysis of a plane truss. 1. The individual members are straight. 2. The individual members are connected by frictionless hinges. 3. The loads and reactions act only at the joints. Of these assumptions, A1 and 2 are valid. B1 and 3 are valid. C2 and 3 are valid. D1, 2 and 3 are valid. The correct answer is 1 and 3 are valid. In a shear test on cohesionless soils, if the initial void ratio is less than the critical void ratio, the sample will A. increase in volume, B. initially increase in volume and then remain constant, C. decrease in volume, D. initially decrease and then increase in volume. The correct answer is initially increase in volume and then remain constant. Active earth pressure per meter length on the retaining wall with a smooth vertical back as shown in the given figure will be A. 81 T, B. 27 T, C. 2 T, D. 1 T. The correct answer is 27 T. Which of the following rules are used in choosing the repeating variables in dimensional analysis? 1. Repeating variables should include the dependent variables. 2. Repeating variables should contain all primary units used in describing the variables in the problem. 3. Repeating variables should combine among themselves. 4. Repeating variables should not contain the dependent variables. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A1 and 2, B2 and 3, C2 and 4, D3 and 4. The correct answer is 2 and 4. The proportion of second moment of area about the centroidal axis to second moment of area about the base of a rectangle will be A1 4, B1 2, C2, D3. The correct answer is 1 4. Mean precipitation over an area is best obtained from gauged amounts by A. arithmetic mean method, B. Thiesson method, C. linearly interpolated isohyetal method, D. orographically weighted isohyetal method. The correct answer is linearly interpolated isohyetal method. Loess deposits are formed by A. physical disintegration of rock, B. constant blowing of wind from the same direction, C. vertical deposition of glacial till, D. chemical weathering of residual deposits. The correct answer is constant blowing of wind from the same direction. If the time required for 60 consolidation of a remolded soil sample of clay with single drainage is T, then what is the time required to consolidate the same sample of clay with the same degree of consolidation but with double drainage? A. 4T, B. 2T, C. T2, D. T4. The correct answer is T4. The principle of virtual work states that the virtual work is 0 for A. a body moving with constant linear velocity, B. a body rotating with constant angular velocity, C. a body in equilibrium, D. a body moving with constant linear acceleration. The correct answer is a body in equilibrium. A uniform beam of span L carries a uniformly distributed load W per unit length as shown in the figure. The supports are at a distance of x from either end. What is the condition for the maximum bending moment in the beam to be as small as possible? A. x 0.107 L, B. x 0.207 L, C. x 0.237 L, D. x 0.25 L. The correct answer is x 0.207 L. A circle of radius 7 m has a standard error of 0.02 m on the radius. The standard error of its area is A 0.04 m2, B 0.14 m2, C 0.28 m2, D 0.88 m2. The correct answer is 0.28 m2. Consider the following properties. 1. The sum of the three sides is always greater than the circumference of the great circle. 2. The sum of the three angles is less than 6 right angles and greater than 2 right angles. 3. The sum of the sides is greater than the third side. 4. The smaller angle is opposite the smaller side and vice versa. The properties of spherical triangles would include A1, 2 and 3, B2, 3 and 4, C1, 2 and 4, D1, 3 and 4. The correct answer is 2, 3 and 4. On which one of the following factors does strength of concrete depend primarily? A. Quality of coarse aggregate. B. Quality of fine aggregate. C. Fineness of cement. D. Water-cement ratio. The correct answer is water-cement ratio. When a load crosses a through-type Pratt truss in the direction left to right, the nature of force in any diagonal member in the left half of the span would A. Change from compression to tension. B. Change from tension to compression. C. Always be compression. D. Always be tension. The correct answer is change from compression to tension. The double-line field book is most commonly used for recording A. Precise work. B. Ordinary chain survey work. C. Large-scale plotting work. D. Small-scale plotting work. The correct answer is ordinary chain survey work. The wood preservative creosote is derived from A. Wood or coal. B. Acidic cupric chromate. C. Chromate zinc chloride. D. Pentachlorophenol. The correct answer is wood or coal. To determine the length of a bridge proposed to be built across a wide river, the surveying method of choice would be A. Tachyometry. B. Chain surveying. C. Hydrographic surveying. D. Triangulation. The correct answer is triangulation. Which one of the following statements is correct? Maximum service volume of a road is defined as the total number of vehicles that A. can pass a given point in a specified period of time. B. can be accommodated on a unit length of road. C. can pass a given point in unit time. D. none of the above three. The correct answer is can pass a given point in unit time. The pressure gradient in the direction of flow is equal to the A. shear gradient parallel to the direction of flow. B. shear gradient normal to the direction of flow. C. velocity gradient parallel to the direction of flow. D. velocity gradient normal to the direction of flow. The correct answer is shear gradient normal to the direction of flow. When the strain in a material increases with time under sustained constant stress, the phenomenon is known as A. strain hardening. B. hysteresis. C. creep. D. viscoelasticity. The correct answer is creep. An upward hydraulic gradient I of a certain magnitude will initiate the phenomenon of boiling in granular soils. The magnitude of this gradient is A0 I 0.5, B 0.5 T 1.0, C I 1.0, D L I 2. The correct answer is I 1.0. Well-graded dense saturated sands have high shear strength because A. such sands have a better grade superior type of sand grains resulting in higher strength. B. such sands have lower water content which increases shear strength. C. Such sands have better interlocking of grains, higher interparticle contacts, and higher interparticle frictional resistance resulting in higher strength. D. Presence of water in such sands induces capillary pressure generating higher intergranular stresses which generate apparent cohesion and hence higher shear strength. The correct answer is such sands have better interlocking of grains, higher interparticle contacts, and higher interparticle frictional resistance resulting in higher strength.